Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing great. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. I have created bunch of playlists to cover various categories of the problems such as dynamic programming, trees, graphs, binary search, depth first search, breadth first search, and so on. So don't forget to check them out. I have uploaded the code for this problem to GitHub repository. You can get the link from description below this video. Let's jump into today's problem. Implement try, prefix tree. Implement a try with insert, search, and starts with methods. So the example given is try is equal to new try dot insert apple, try dot search apple, it should return true. Try dot search app should return false. Try starts with app, it returns true. Try insert app, try search app. So that also should return true. Previously, when there is no word called app in the try, it returned false, but now we inserted the word called app into try. When we search for app now, it should return true. So these are the sequence of operations, right? So there are a couple of notes given here. So you may assume that all inputs are consist of lowercase letters A to Z. All inputs are guaranteed to be non-empty strings. So these are the two notes, right? So basically what we are trying to do here is we have to implement a data structure called try with three methods. So the methods are insert, search, and starts with, right? So basically those are the methods that we are going to look into. So let's give an idea before getting into the like what is try and all those concepts, right? So let's try to understand with a naive way, right? So let's go with a simple idea. What if all the inserts that we are getting we put into a sorted array, right? So for example, in this case, right, apple, so we go with the sorted array approach, right? So that means first we have inserted apple, right? So our array will have apple first, and then we search on app. So we go through the array for search, and if we see there is a word called app, so in this case there is no word called app, so we return false, right? So and the try dot starts with app, so we go search each word whether it starts with app or not. So in this case we found a word apple, it starts with the app, right? So we return true, and then we try to insert app into the array. So app goes prior to here because we are saying this array is a sorted array, right? Sorted string array. So app, right? So now we search for app is there, we find. So let's go on and try to put more words into, right? Let's put some words, apt, apply, auto, autumn, right? So if we put all these, right, so where it will come, apt will come here, and then apply will come here, auto will come here because they are sorted, right? Autumn, right? So now this became our full array. We would be able to do the search and sort operation, search and starts with operations fairly easily on this. So but let's try to understand how much time it will take for search, or how much time it is going to take for insertion, right? So since we are saying this array is a sorted array, right, for every insert if there are let's say if there are n elements already there in the array, right, and if we add one more, right, so that means add one more, that becomes n plus 1 elements in the array. So this brings up to sort that n plus 1 log n plus 1 into n plus log n plus 1, right? N plus 1 into log of n plus 1, right? So that will be the time complexity just for inserting each new string into the array, assuming n is the number of elements already there into the array, right? So that will be the time complexity just for one thing, that is insert method, right? So this will be for insert method. So we need to insert and sort both, right? And the second thing is search. So search will be, we will have to go through the entire number of strings in the array. If there are n plus 1 strings, right? So the time complexity for search will be n plus 1, right? And similarly starts with, we will have to go with all the n plus 1 strings. So we could employ things like a binary search for searching and all. We would end up with log of n plus 1, assuming that we have known, right? So we can end up with, for a binary search, of log of n plus 1. So similar techniques with a enhanced binary search could be applied to see if we have a starts with or not also, right? So we could employ log of n plus 1. So I am taking this log of n plus 1 assuming that they are all with a single character, but of course there is a more complexity that we need to add for log of n plus 1. So we will say log of n plus 1 plus log of what is average length. Let's say average length is m, average length, right? So that we need to add here also, right? That is the total complexity for searching one single word. So starts with also will be in similar lines. So these are like very big time complexities that we are trying to we are going to get with the approach of going with a single sorted array, right? So then now comes, in order to improve the efficiency across the board for insertion, searching, and starts with these three methods, right? We want to go to a technique called try, right? So the other name of try is a prefix tree. So I have already created a try data structure video which talks extensively about it with all kind of examples. I have put the link for try data structure video into the link into the description below this video, and I also I'm so giving here. So please pause this video right now and go ahead and look at the try data structure video and come back to this. If you do that, you will be able to understand this particular problem in a much better way. So please stop right here and go to the try data structure video and come back and continue from here. I urge you to do that so that you understand this problem very well, because that video I have created exclusively to give the complete description and understanding on the try data structure. Believe me, you will be understanding the try data structure with that single video. You don't have to watch any other thing. So now getting into some basics, I'm going to cover the try data structure here. So first of all, the try is also a tree. The other name for the try is a prefix tree that we already talked. So there are several applications out there which involves try data structure. They're all the applications dealing with the strings, for example, string searches, spell checkers, prefix matching, autocomplete, and so on, right? So for that, since we are going to implement a try, right? So we have decided and known that try will be a tree. So now, as we know, any tree, like a binary tree or any tree, will have a tree node, right? So now we have to define a try node, okay? So what will a try node look like, right? So the try node is going to look like, we will have two things. So one is a placeholder to denote end of the word. So whether a given word is ending at this particular node or not. So that is one. The second placeholder is, it will have 26 child pointers. So why 26 child pointers? So from this nodes you are seeing, you may assume all the inputs are consist of lowercase letter a to z. So a to z are 26. So that's the reason why you will have 26 placeholders for 26 different nodes. Okay. So that is what is going to be the structure of the try node. So like we have these set of words, right? So let me try to put all of them into a try, right? All of them into a try. So app. So basically when you are creating a word into the try, or when you are inserting a word, so let's go with the terminology called insert. So the inserting a word will be like, okay, now I have app, right? So I will have to create a try node, which we will have two placeholders. One is end of the word or not, and another one is placeholder for 26 child nodes. So the 26 child nodes will be A to Z as we talked. So now let's try to create a try node for app. So here whatever I have created here, right? So this will be the try node that this will be try tree that I created for all these words, right? For all these words are there and right here. So let's go one by one to try to understand, right? So APP, right? So there is A, there is P, and there is P. So even though I don't show the word and in this just for the legibility, so I am only showing the characters that are being appeared here. So in the reality, we will have two placeholders, as I said, placeholder for end of the word also. So at this particular point, we will say, okay, end of the word is true, right? Something like that. Let me take that back. Okay, so at P, we will have end of the word to true. And when we insert apple into the tree node, A, P, P, L, E. So please follow my mouse movements so that you will be able to correlate what I'm talking. So apply, right? So A, P, P, L, Y, right? So that's what it's going to be. So even though there are 26 child pointers, I am not showing all the 26 in here. I'm showing only the pointers where I have the data, right? So all other pointers, you would say they are null for now. Okay. So next thing is apt, A-P-T, right? And auto, A-U-T-O, autumn, A-U-T-U-M-N, right? So this is the try data structure for those set of 6 words. So keep in mind, I am only showing the pointers where I have the data for. So all other pointers. So for example, in this case, right, all the 24 other pointers are null. So because I have only P and T. For U, I have all other 25 pointers null. I have only T. For T, there are 2 pointers I am showing here. The other 24 pointers are null. So the one more thing which I didn't show is the denoting the end of the word. So but in our actual try node, we are going to have these 2, right? So let's try to understand the 3 methods, how we are going to do it through the code. So again, I would like to remind you, please go ahead and watch the try data structure video. That link you can get from the description below. If you watch that, whatever the code that I'm going to show you will be very easy to understand. So let's try to jump into the code. So now, so public class try, and we have a bool word and try child. So these are the 2 placeholders, as I said. So word and child pointers, right? And when we initialize the try data structure with a constructor, right? So we are going to set the word and to false. And child pointers, we are going to have 26 child pointers as I indicated. Why 26? A to Z, right? There are 26 characters. Suppose for example, you are given with A to Z lowercase and A to Z uppercase, right? So you will have to increment that by 26 more. So you will have try data structure with 52. That's as simple as that, right? So for example, if you are given with, okay, your strings will have A to Z uppercase, A to Z lowercase, and 0 to 9. So in that case, you will have 62, basically 26 plus 26 plus 10, right? So depending on the number of characters are there in your set of words, right, you will have to come up with the size of this array. Basically, for this particular problem, I came up with only 26, right, because A to Z. Now, so when we initialize, all child pointers will be initialized to null. Okay, and so this is a simple thing, right? The first operation that we are going to see is insert. So how are we going to insert a given word into the try data structure? So now I hope you understood that the try node has 2 placeholders. So one is word and one is child pointers for 26 child nodes. So each child node will have one character. Okay, each child node will have one character. Okay, let's go. Insert. So we are passed with one word. So we are given a consent that there will be all non-empty strings, right? That's why I'm not checking whether the string is empty or not whatsoever, right? So we are given that it's a non-empty string. So now what I am saying is here try t is equal to this. So I am assigning the current node to t. Okay, and now I will go through the word length, right? I will go through the word length and see if the child at that character is null or not. What does it mean? So when I say minus a, right? Since I have 26 characters, right? So when I say minus a, if you have, let's take an example, right? So for the app case, right? So for the app case, so now we are going to insert a, right? So we are I is equal to 0. So that means we are going to insert a into the try, right? So what we are going to see is, so initially we are given the t is assigned to the current node, right? And we are going through the word length. That word is app, I is equal to 0. That means a. So now I am checking the child's a pointer is null or not. So when we started, because the try is empty, child's a pointer will be null, obviously, right? So what is that word of I minus a? So word of I is a, right? Word of I is a in for our particular example, app, right? App is our word. So a minus a, right? So what does that is? It will become 0, right? So if it is if you say p minus a, right? So this will be some number between 0 to 26, right? So basically, and so on, we go and get, say, let's say z minus a, right? So this will be 25, right? So basically we are converting a to its index, b to its index, z to its index. So basically a to z are 26 characters, right? So a is 0 is for a, 25 is for z. So in between everything will fall. So this particular thing will verify whether that particular character is already there in our try or not. If it is not there, we are going to create a new try. So since it is not there for a, so we are going to create a new try. So our try will be a now. Okay. Next, so we created a new try for the child. So now only the a is assigned. That's it, nothing else. So t is equal to t dot child. So our t is pointing to a actually, right? So now our t is pointing to a, and now I will be is equal to 1. So what is I is equal to 1? That is p, right? In the word. So our word is app, remember, right? Our word is app, remember. So p. So now does a have any child pointer for p? No, right? So now what we are going to do, create a child pointer for p. So we created p, right? And then we reassign t to p. Now we are at t. So I is equal to 2, right? So now next is p. Does p have another child pointer for p? No. So we assign another child pointer, right? So p, right? So I is equal to 3 it becomes. So that is the word end. So now that with that operation we are able to insert, with this for loop we are able to insert the word app. But now there is one more thing. So word end, whether the word end is true or not. So we are going to have a word end here. Word end is equal to true. That's what we are setting here. So this is how we complete the insertion of the nodes and come up with the tree which I have shown below, sorry, above. So here, right? So this is the tree that I have converted, and except that I did not mark the word ends. Okay, so that's you need to add them while if you're writing on a piece of paper or something like that, right? So that's how the insert function is going to work. So now let's go and look into the search. So search will be very similar to insert. Okay, it will be very similar to insert. So now again, try T is this. So the current try block we are going to it, and then as soon as the word length. So we are going through the for loop again. So if we see a pointer being null, that means that particular character is not there in the try, right? So that means we are searching, we are trying to search for a word or a character which is not there in the try. So let's say our try with app is inserted app, right? So now let's try to search for a word called apt, right? So let's try to search for a word called apt, right? So assuming that app is the only word, app is only word available in that try, just like we built here, right? So now search for it, apt. So we go through the word length I is equal to 0 now, right? I is equal to 0, that is pointing to A, right? So now does A is null? Not really. So A we have, so we are going to see, we reassign T to T dot A. So now our pointer is at A, and next for the 2, when I is equal to 1, that is P. So do we have a pointer P for A? Yes, we do have. We go reassign I is equal to 2 now. T, does P have a pointer T? P have pointer for T? No. So this is where it will say, okay, I don't have a pointer for T, for P, I'm going to return false. So that's what it is going to be, right? So that is the search function. But if there is a word, something called T right here, let's say we have inserted apt also, let's say we have inserted. So it's going to say, okay, it's going to look T, it is there, and the word is also ended, the word is ended. So it will check whether the particular T dot word is true or not. So let's say if there is a word something called apta, right? I'm just picking a word, that's it. You are searching for apt, but there is apta. We are marking word end to true at A, not at T. Let's say our word was apta. In that case, we will at apt our word end will be false. Remember, word end will be false by default, right? That's what we are assigning, right? Word end is false by default, right? So let's go and try to see. So now at apt we will say word end is false, right? Because the word was apta, we are searching for apt. If it is just this not there, and if we say okay word end is true for T, then we will say okay return whatever the word end, right? So that's the thing. That's how search is going to work. So insert and search are very similar. So now let's go ahead and look at the starts with. So this is also pretty much similar. So try T is equal to this, for I is equal to 0, prefix dot length, we go on to that prefix, and similar to the search function, as and when you see null, we are going to say return false. So once we get through it, this is only prefix, remember. So this is only prefix, right? Starts with, it doesn't need to be the end of the word. That is why we are not returning the end of the word. We are returning true as long as it goes through the complete word, right? As long as it goes through the complete word, that means there is some word, at least one word in the try with that prefix, right? So the search and prefix are exactly same except for 2 dot word end. That's it, right? So that's how the three methods are going to work. Again, I would like to remind you, you will make more sense if you watch my try data structure video, and the link is available in the description section. Please watch that to make better sense of this code, whatever I am showing right here. So now let's go ahead and look at the time complexity and space complexity for each of them. Okay, so time complexity. So insert. So we have a for loop that is going through, and we create a bunch of try nodes which is equal to the length of the word initially to start with. So the time complexity for this particular insert algorithm will be order of length of the word, right? So we are going through length of the word in this for loop, nothing much, right? So The time complexity is order of length of the word. So imagine how much it was, right? It was n plus 1 log n plus 1. So this is just by considering only the number of elements in the sorted array that we initially talked. So now with the trie data structure, we have improved a lot, right? It's only the insert will take only the order of length of the word, right? And search. So this will also be very much similar, right? So search is also order of the length of the word. Let me put that in here. The time complexity is order of the length of the word. And prefix, similar, right? So prefix also order of the length of the prefix. So even though the parameter name is word here, but it is prefix here, right? So it will be order of the length of the prefix. Let me write that down. Now, so what is the space complexity required for this, right? Let's go back for each of them, right? For insert, for search, how much space we are using. So for insert, right? So for insert, for every new word, we are trying to create a node, the trie node, wherever the pointer is not available, right? So for these, let me go back to the place where I am showing the complete trie for all these 5, right? So how many characters are there? 3 plus 5 plus 5, 10, 13, 16, 20, 26. So total 26 characters are there in this, right? So, but how many trie nodes we have actually created? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's it. So for all these 26 characters, right? So this is cumulative is 26 characters totally. We have created only 13 trie nodes. So the number of trie nodes that we create is actually at each level the distinct number of characters, right? So that means if the average length of the word is L, right? So if the average, we are looking at the space complexity. So if the average length is L, each word, right? So average length for each word is L. So the space required for at every level is, we are creating only 26, right? We are creating only 26. The only thing is the length, we are taking it as unknown length, which we are calling as average length. So at every length we tend to create 26 different nodes, right? So on an average you could say 26 into L length, right? So that will be the time space complexity required for this particular insert algorithm, right? Let's go and jump into the search. So are we using any extra space for searching? No, we are not using any extra space. So this will be a constant space. We are using the existing trie, right? That's it. So for just for the search case, we are not using any extra space. And similar to for the starts with, we are not using any extra space here, right? All we are using is the built, whatever the tree that we are already built, we are using that space itself. So there is no extra space we are using for starts with or search. So constant space algorithm or functions for search and starts with. So the space that is being used only for the insert function. So this is how we are able to solve. Again, I would like to remind you one more time, please go ahead and watch my trie data structure so that all this code will be very easy to understand. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section below the video. I have posted this code to the GitHub repository. So some people have asked about Java code also to be available in the GitHub. So I will be posting from this video onwards the Java code as well as C# code to the GitHub repository. So you would find two different sets of files for every problem from this onwards. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe and also share among your friends. Please click on the bell icon so that you will be notified about all my future videos. Thank you for watching. I'll be back with another problem soon. Till then, stay safe and goodbye.